With 8 hours, 25 minutes left and 811 kilometers to Colners, I'm going to listen to Group Therapy, ADDENDUM. I really like this album. I know they're Disney kids, but I think this is one of the best hip-hop albums of the year. And I've got track 1, also called track 1. It reminds me of the intro to Kendrick Lamar to Pimp a Butterfly. Let's have a little mellow old track going into a barnstormer, which this next track that's coming up is. Track 2, American Psycho. What a good song. You know, it's a pop song, certainly the chorus, but you know, I think this is quality. I think if this was brought out by somebody of the quality of Kendrick Lamar, I wouldn't be surprised. Good start. Track 3, Smiles. Again, I'm going to try not to say it too often, but how Kendrick Lamar is this? It's like off the last album, Mr. Morale, which is a good thing. If you're going to have influences, have the best in the world, and Kendrick Lamar is that. I like it. Hot bit of drum and bass. It really does jump all over the place, this album. You never quite know what you're going to get, and this is sort of it sounds a bit Beastie Boys as they rap over a a drum and bass or jungle beat. Fantastic. Track 5, How I'm Feeling. Again, Kendrick Lamar, but on the more R&B side, and got a lovely 80s feel to it. Brilliant vocalist. I really like it. I think it's Jada Grace is the female member of the band, and she seems fantastic, as they all do. It's a nice. That's my check. Again, it's different R&B. It's more trap style again, with the R&B and the hip hop involved, but it really does jump all over the place in all the best ways. This album, I'm a fan. Nasty, full on in a pop way. Good hip hop. Nice to hear the bigger beats come in a little bit later on in the album, and just more goodness, really. Hot bit of drum and bass. It really does jump all over the place, this album. You never quite know what you're going to get, and this is sort of it sounds a bit Beastie Boys as they rap over a drum and bass or jungle beat. Fantastic. Club song, Unsmiley Face. A real highlight for me. It's sort of the first track that's not R&B or hip hop. It sounds like it could be off a bloody Taylor Swift album or something, but it's so much better, and maybe because it's on its own, it really is a beautiful little standout. Pink. I keep looking for a song that I don't like very much, so I can just sort of gloss over it, but I like every single track. This sort of sounds like it's going to be classic R&B, but then suddenly that Pink, bum 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 bum. It's just absolutely brilliant. Trunkpoppers.com. It's as if they sat around and said, we need to sound a bit like Kendrick Lamar, but not that close that he's going to sue us, and this just sounds like it's off Mr. Morale, but again, that's got to be a good thing. Help, part 1. It's sort of the first time I probably drift off a little bit on the album, a sort of average R&B hip-hop crossover. Help 2, part 2 is probably my favourite track. I mean, it's only 2 minutes, but it's full on bang on piano and big beat. Funkfest, again, something different. So far into the album now, and we've got something with a little bit rockier, live band feel. Impressive how it jumps around. It feels relevant, this album, like Justified did in its day. DYSBA just sort of washes over me a little bit, but Still Alive is a lovely little song, a nice little interlude in the middle. Such a long album, it should get bored, but you know what, I'm enjoying every moment of this, apart from the last track. I changed my mind. It should be a hit, really. It's got all elements are in there, but it doesn't quite hit the mark for some reason. And what's this track called? GT. Again, doesn't quite hit the spot. Maybe a little bit of a dip in the album, which is fair. It's a long album. Home Alone, more hip hop that just sort of blends in a little bit, but Pull Up's a good track. I sort of ended up preferring the R&B elements of this album just as much as the hip hop, which wasn't the case on the first few listens, but a really nice blend of both. Nasty remix. Look, if your album's an hour and 10 minutes long, don't put a remix that doesn't sound that different on it. But thank you so much. I really like it as a sort of, should be the last track really, but the last track's a belter. But it's a really, really nice laid back groove. It's quite West Coast. And the last track, first round draft pick .mp3. I like this as an ending. Just good quality hip hop. Could be on many different albums hip hop wise, lots of influences, but yeah, nice head bopper to end what has been a great. So my overall review of Group Therapy, the ADDENDUM, is that I love it. I don't care if they're Disney kids. I think they're quality. I think they're talented, and I think it's a fantastic album, like Justified was in its day.